Welcome to our advanced high-level series videos, where this video, what we're going to be covering is how to create a bot, how to create sort of an automated bot to respond to customers, gather detailed information regarding your customers before you actually begin having a conversation with them. So before we get started here, I do want to just ask, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click subscribe. We do try to post a couple times a week, and we're here to support you in your high-level endeavors. So let's get started. Now, if you haven't been with Highlevel or been with Highlevel for a while, you may or may not know that Highlevel has the ability to collect information from multiple social media channels. So you have the ability within Highlevel to connect to your Facebook account, connect to your Instagram account, connect to your Google My Business account. You have a website chat widget that you can install on your website that allows text communication. There's phone calls that you can get inside of your business. There's messages from Google My Business that you can get. There's multiple different sort of streams of communications that come all into Highlevel. The problem is not all of those communication methods allow you to gather the customer data that you need to effectively communicate with them. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to be talking about how to build a workflow that will create sort of a bot and actually gather all the information that you need. Then you can, once you have all the customer information that you need, then you can begin having a conversation with them through the normal email, SMS channels. So let's kind of get to it. Let me kind of show you what I'd like to do here. Inside of our demo account here, going into our automation workflows area, this is where we're going to spend the majority of the time here just dealing with this particular workflows. Now, let me just take a quick look here at contacts. Yeah, let me go ahead and delete this contact so I can be able to show this demo effectively here. So right now, I just created a folder for this under websites and leads. Now here I've got two workflows that I want to go over with you. The first workflow is going to be rather complicated. Now, I'm going to step through this workflow step by step. So it is going to look very complicated, but step by step, you're going to see that it's not that complicated at all. So let's go ahead, multi-channel bot, it's just what I called it. And here you go. It kind of looks pretty, right? With everything. Now this is not completely filled out. I just kind of wanted to build a framework for you in here, show you how to build a framework. Then you can put all the details in there that you want. But we are going to do a live demonstration using Facebook Messenger on this account to show you the communications going back and forth and how it works. So let's kind of get to it here. So in a workflow, here at the top are all of the possible channels that you can have for communication inbound with Highlevel. We have Instagram, we have Facebook Message, we have incoming calls. Again, I know Highlevel already has a missed call text back feature that you can utilize with that. But if you didn't want to use that feature, you could use a workflow here to do the same type of thing and add some additional customization to it. You can also have a new Google My Business message here. Now, the one thing I do want to make sure that I mentioned earlier is the website chat widget. I do not have that here in the workflow because right now the website chat widget already has all the information that you need. It gathers the name, phone number, email, message, things like that. It gathers all the information that you already need to effectively communicate with a client. So you don't need this workflow here to gather that data like you do from other sources. Now, let's kind of step through this real quick here. All of these Instagram, Facebook message, these are triggers. These are things that cause this workflow to start. Now, let's kind of go through each one of these because I really wanted to build this for you live, but as you can tell, I mean, this thing would just take a long time. I wanted to make sure that I could build it, test it, show it to you, and then be able to walk through it with you. So we will go through step by step of this one, and you will easily be able to replicate this on your own system using your Highlevel platform. By the way, a little plug, if you haven't signed up for Highlevel, please use my affiliate link on the description below. I would appreciate it. So here we're going to click on New Instagram. Now, one of the biggest things if you're building workflows that you're going to need to learn, and I use this so much, is the customer replied action, the trigger for that. So when it says customer replied, that means you're getting a message from one of these channels that you need to do something with. Okay, so that's going to be a very popular one. I'd suggest you remember that one here. Now we're going to call it new Instagram DM because this one, once we get it connected, this one is going to allow us to receive a message from Instagram and then reply back directly in Instagram, all automatically. So right now in the filters, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we apply a filter, and you see there are several fields here that we can choose from. What we're going to look for is the reply channel. So we're looking for the reply channel, and here you see all of the different reply channels. You can either a call, chat widget, email, Facebook message, Google My Business, Instagram DM, or SMS. Those are all the inbound channels that a client, customer can communicate with you. So you can build a trigger like this one based upon any one of those channels. So that's what we did for each one of these. So we built one channel for Instagram. If we go to Facebook, we built a channel for Facebook Messenger. Incoming call, we built a reply channel for just a call, inbound call. And then here for Google My Business, the reply channel is GMB messaging. So all of the triggers now have been set up. So what this means is that you can have multiple triggers in a workflow. And all that means is that any one of the triggers can start this workflow. So it doesn't really matter where it comes in from. Any four of these channels will trigger this workflow and begin starting this action. Now, one of the cool things that you can do in Highlevel here is you have some logic. This branch thing that you see here is actually an if-else statement. So this is where you get a little bit more technical. So it is an if-else statement. So I'm going to cancel this out, and I'm going to click on this just like I'm going to add something else here. If I do if, you see there is an if-else action here that you can take. I'm not going to add anything here, but that's exactly what this is. Now, for the title of this, it's nice because we just want to find out which channel this is coming from. Now, based upon the channel, we're going to break those out per channel, because depending upon the channel, we need to communicate back on the same channel. So in order for us to communicate back on the same channel, we have to first understand what channel they're coming in from. So here's how you do that. So we're creating branches here, and branches are basically these blue things here. That's what the channel looks like here when you create it. I call the first one Facebook Messenger. And what I did here is there's several different things that you can filter off of or trigger this. Right now, I'm just using the workflow trigger action. So there's a workflow trigger. So what I'm doing is I'm using which one of these events fired that's going to cause this to run. So the workflow trigger is, notice that you get all the triggers that are here. This makes it really nice and easy to simply say, okay, workflow trigger, I'm going to choose Facebook. Now, Instagram DM, I'm going to do the trigger for the Instagram DM. Incoming call, I'm going to do the workflow trigger for the incoming call trigger that I created earlier. The Google My Business, again, workflow trigger for GMB. That makes it very easy to segment all of the different channels and have sort of a multi-channel bot, if you kind of get the name of the workflow, all together. Now, with this, you can break, this right, I'm building all of them together so I don't have to bounce back and forth between 3 or 4 different workflows. Now, this can get complicated, and you may want to break this out into one for just Instagram, one for Facebook, one for incoming calls, one for Google My Business, and only have one trigger per workflow. That is perfectly able for you to do that. Right now, I'm doing this just so I can show you all of these components in one presentation, but it does make the screen a little bit busy whenever you do that. So let me go ahead and move forward here. I'm going to just quickly look at the Facebook Messenger here. So when the Facebook Messenger comes in, so somebody goes to your Facebook page, types in hits a little button on your screen that says, chat or message, and they type a message, boom, that message sends to you. Now, what's one of the first things that this thing does? It fires, it decides what channel, it comes over here and says Facebook Messenger is the one that fired. The first thing it does is update the source field. Now, you don't need to do this, but every lead that you get, I personally feel it's always a good idea to keep track of the source of where that lead came from, because you'll never be able to capture that information again except when you first create the lead. or maybe later, depending on if they communicated another channel. But you get the point. You'd like to capture where they came in from, because then you can sit back and look at all the leads saying, out of all 4 of these, 80% of all of our leads are coming from Facebook Messenger. Wow, maybe we need to pay more attention to Facebook, because that's where 80% of all of our leads are coming in from. So that's a great way to do this, is to tag a source field. Now, for this, I've just created, there is an update contact field action. So I've just updated the source field, and right now these are all the fields that you have regarding the contact field itself. I just chose source. Now here for this one, I'm going to remove that one. I did type in Facebook or FB Messenger manually. So that's just sort of a source that I'm putting in there, just so when I look at that contact record, I can now see which one came from Facebook Messenger, and even filter that if I want to inside of the CRM system. So that's the first thing it does, is puts the source field in there. Now the next thing it is, now keep this in mind, when somebody communicates with you on Messenger, maybe I should specify this. All of these, when somebody communicates with you, you get some pieces of information, but not all of them. So, excuse me for my voice here today. But right now, let's just take Facebook, since that's the one we're dealing with here. When you communicate with Facebook, Facebook knows your first name and your last name. That information in turn is passed into Highlevel. So you create a contact. Excuse me, you create a contact, but the contact only has a first name and last name. It has no email address. It has no phone number field. So it really doesn't have a way for you to communicate. And if all you're going to do is just capture somebody's first name and last name, what good is that? I mean, the lead doesn't really do you any good. Excuse me. So here for Facebook, what we need to do is we need to create sort of a bot, which is why I created this to show you, to get the email address and get the phone number and then update that contact record. And how do you do that? So that's kind of why I built this. Now, Instagram is the same way. Instagram, you can get a first name and last name from it, but no other information comes across. Now, an incoming call, for instance, that has no first name, no last name, no email address, but you do get a phone number. So with an incoming call, now you can communicate at least through the phone number to say, hey, what's your first name? And then update the first name. What's your last name? Update the last name. What's your email address? So you can build this bot to ask that person all this information and then update the contact record. And then now once you've got a completely updated contact record, then you can move forward on your follow-up process, schedule a calendar event or whatever you're going to do for the lead. Now, the same for Google My Business. So Google My Business, you don't get any information other than the Google account information that the person's logged in with when they chat through GMB. So that's all you get. So unfortunately, when people do communicate, if you're not available at that particular time to get the lead, well, then you may lose some data. So having a workflow like this can be very beneficial because it can automatically gather that data for you, update your contact record, and then make it available for your sales team to follow up with them in a normal manner. So I just kind of wanted to explain to you what was available in the fields whenever you come in from certain channels, what fields are available in the contact record and which ones do you not get, because the ones you don't get obviously are the ones that you need to ask for. So here we're going to follow with Facebook Messenger. Again, we updated the source field. Next thing, we're going to use a messenger request because we still have an active connection with this person now. We're going to use Messenger. This is why you need to break it out here at the top, which channel. Because if they're on Facebook Messenger, you can't send them an Instagram message because that's not the right channel. You can't send them a text message because they haven't called and you don't know the phone number. So this is where breaking the channels out really makes it easy, because now you could be very clear on the communication channel that you communicate back with them about, because you know that. You know what channel they're coming in from. So Messenger, this is a very simple. Hello, contact first name. Again, you do know the first name because that information does come across, so you can personalize the message back. Hello, Ray. Thank you for contacting us. May I please get an email address for your account? That's it, just a simple message. So that's all it does here. Once it comes here, I've got a wait status here. and the wait is going to wait for a reply from the messenger request. Now, wait has a couple of different functions here. If you take a look for it, wait has all of these things that you can do. It can simply be a time delay where you wait 5 minutes just in general before you move forward. And that could be just like a delay. But in this event, what I've chosen out of this is just a contact reply. So contact reply then allows us to choose which reply we're going to wait for. And the messenger asks for email address. We just sent them a message, and we're waiting for that reply to come back from the message before we move to the next step. So that's what this is, and here I can actually time it out. So if they don't reply within 5 minutes, they're not going to be stuck in the workflow. If they don't reply, then they could, I'll show you kind of like how they flow through the workflow here to exit and move on. So 5 minutes, and you can set it for whatever you want. Now here we have another if else statement because we have some additional logic that we have to sit back and choose from. So let's look at it. So did the lead reply with email address? So all we're dealing with here now, this is going to be a big if here. This is where I want to caution you, and I want to make sure that you understand some of the risk with this. You're hoping that the person does reply back with an email address and that the email address is going to be a valid format and so forth. Because if it's not, if they reply back with a message that just says, I don't want to give you my email address. Well, you're expecting an email address. They didn't give you an email address. So here in the next step, when we try to update that contact record, it will fail because you didn't get an email address from them. So this isn't 100% perfect on this one. You might want to, there might be some other ways to fine tune it, but I'm just trying to show you broad strokes of how you can gather data. Just so that you can build something for yourself. Even if this thing works 95% of the time, then this is an automated way of gathering all the data from your contact, very quickly. And it took me overall, maybe 30 to 40 minutes to build this completely. With the help of this video, you can probably do it in half that. So here, did the lead reply with an email address? Basically what Highlevel means is, did you get a reply back from the last messenger that you received? So if it's yes, then the contact reply true, and it goes down the yes path. If it's no, contact replied false, then it goes down the no path. So this is a very easy way that you could segment, did they reply or did they not reply? So here we're going to go down the yes path. We're of course going to assume that they're cooperative and they want to give you their address or their email address. So here they reply back with their email address. Next, you're going to do the same kind of update contact field, except you're going to update email. And what you're going to do here is, notice in this part of the screen here, the email, it says message body. Okay, this is important. So what you can do here is click, I'm going to go back just a little bit. I'm going to click on this little tag. This tag allows you to access data inside of your Highlevel account and fill the field with that data. So right now, what you have here is you have the message and the message body. So the message body is basically the message that was replied back. That entire lump of text that comes back from the messenger request, it takes that whole thing in the body and just puts it into the email field. So that's why this could work sometimes and not work if they don't put a correct email address in there, because Highlevel won't stick anything in the email field. It has to be an email format. So this part could possibly fail, just to give you a warning and a heads up. But let's assume, just for the sake of perfection, that somebody replies back with a perfectly formed email address. That information now gets put directly into the email field of that contact. And now we can move on. So just back to the screen. You updated the email address. Great. Now you're sending another messenger request. Great. Thank you for your email address. Please send your phone number so we can add to your account. All you're doing is just simply asking. We have another wait step. The wait step is simply waiting for the messenger ask for phone number step. So it's going to wait 5 minutes for that one to see if it comes through. And once this comes through, you're going to sit back and says, did they reply with a phone number? So now we have another if then step, because we have to check. We need to see, did the customer reply? We don't know. We're letting the system tell us. We're letting Highlevel say, yes, they replied. Well, great. If they replied, then we're going to do something with the data. So here, did the lead reply with the phone number? Yes. Contact replied true. No. Contact replied false. So here, we're going to come down and go down the yes path. We're going to simply do the update again, update the contact record. So you're going to do this, phone. Notice we're still using message body, the same as before, but the message body now has a phone number field in it, and the other data is gone. So every time a new message comes in, the message body gets updated. That's important to know. Now, once that's done, now you have, let me recap real quick. You have a Facebook lead that went to your Facebook business page. They ask you a question or try to gather some data with Facebook. This bot, once it's turned on, will now say, please send me your email address, update the email address on the contact record. What's your phone number? Update the phone number on the contact record. Now you have a fully updated contact record. Now at that particular point, you can communicate with them using any standard means like email or SMS. So that's the point of what we're trying to do here. Now, after that, your next messenger bot can be, hello. It's just using the first name. So hello, Ray. Thank you for your information. Your account has been updated. How can we help you? So that's something that you can do. And after this, you can basically, now that you've updated the information, that's the whole part of this multi-channel bot, is just to gather that data. Once the data is gathered, then you have a whole other workflow that you created that does the customer follow-up. And I'm going to go over that one. It's actually a template that Highlevel gives you. That's very good that you can utilize and customize for that. But you don't have to continue to put all of the logic and make this workflow really huge. The workflow that you've designed is meant to gather the data that's already been done. Once you do this, now you can send and add that contact to another workflow. And then once it gets added to the other workflow, this workflow ends because it's done its job. And the job was just to gather the email address and phone number for the people coming in from different channels. So again, that's a great way to segue to just simply say, okay, everything's done here. Boom. Next thing you know, we add to workflow and we choose, we add this person to the Fast 5 recipe, and I'll show you what that is here. And there you go. So they come through, you get all the information updated, and then this workflow shuts down, a new workflow kicks up. Now you have all the contact record inside of that all the records inside the contact. Now you're good to go, and now you can begin doing business. So before I move on from this one, I want to show you some of the other things that can happen. Now, I chose the best possible path through this. And here's some of the things that you can also include. And I didn't make this very extensive. I'm kind of leaving some of this up to you, but I wanted to show you just some basic steps to gather that data and how you can update Highlevel with it. So let me come back up here to the top. Notice on here that Instagram DM, let's just say the channel was Instagram. Again, we can update the source field, except right now the source field will just be Instagram DM. We've got an Instagram message. So now we have a message back that says basically the same thing as our other one did on Facebook. The message is always the same. We're just using different channels, to communicate back with them. So hello, Ray, thank you for contacting us. May I get your email address for the account? And then basically you sit back and you use these same steps over here in Facebook Messenger. You can copy all of these same steps and reproduce them in each one of these. But you have to customize each one of them because they're different channels. Now, all I did was I just wanted to simply show you some of the high-level ones, high-level update fields here that I've got versus, reproducing all of them because we're only going to be testing Facebook Messenger to kind of show you how that works. I don't want to build out Instagram DM and cold calling just for this video to finish that out. So, but you see with incoming call, you update the source field. It's just an incoming call for the source. Here, because we have their phone number already, because the CRM will keep track of the customer's phone number, we can just simply say hello, send them a text message back. Hello, thank you for contacting us. May I get your email address for your account? So, and then wait for the reply, and then do the if then and all the other steps that we've done in the Facebook Messenger side. Same with Google My Business. You're just updating the source field to be GMB Messenger. Here's a GMB communication, so it just communicates back using the right channel. And you see how you can easily build a multi-channel bot out here. Even if you took an hour of your time to design this and build this, it would be well worth it to build it one time, never have to deal with this again, knowing that any communication that comes in, your system is going to automatically try to update that contact record before you even call this other workflow down here at the bottom, which in turn will get all of your sales representatives or anybody else involved in the communication. You just want to get as much information as you can before that happens. So also on here, notice in this particular case, did the lead reply with an email address? I just kind of want to go back and didn't want to leave you hanging on this. Let's just say that no, they didn't reply with an email address. So you sent them a message, this wait 5 minutes expired. They didn't reply in 5 minutes, and you can make that whatever you want, by the way. But they didn't. It's going to fall only on the no field here, and anything else that you can do here, you can send them another Facebook request. You can try to re-engage them. You can do whatever you want here, add as many different actions to sort of reconnect with them, or you can just simply do nothing, let it exit, and then that lead kind of flows out and gets removed from your from the workflow. And they're no longer going through the workflow any longer. So that's kind of like you can put any of the logic here that you want to try to reconnect with them. So that right there is, I know, a lot of busy work, but hopefully if you look at this video and just play it, play it, stop, you should be able to create all these exact same things, recreate it in hopefully maybe 20 minutes, and then just follow all the settings that I've got, and it should work fine. Now, before I move over to the next one here, I would like to demo this. So right now I'm actually on Facebook, and I've logged into my business page here. So what I want to do here is come over here and test this. I just want to say, hello, anyone there? So right now, this is, again, this example, somebody is searching for your business. They found your business page on Facebook. They've clicked the button to contact you, and this is what they're going to say, or they're going to start the conversation somehow. Boom. Now, what's going to happen? Hopefully, if all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, Highlevel now got it, and now what you see is the message that comes back, hello, Ray. Notice that it's personalized. It has my first name because it knows who I am. So, hello, Ray. Thank you for contacting us. May I please get your email address for this account? Now, I'm going to see if I can, come on. See if I can move this real quick here. I just realized that you may not be able to see this right now the way it is. Let me see if I could just open it here in Messenger. So this right here should be just maybe a better view. I just want to make sure that my picture wasn't hiding it. So sorry, I know where my video is, was kind of hiding the screen. But hello, Ray, thank you. What is your email address? So I'm just going to put in ray@gmail.com. I'm going to hit enter. So that's the message back that we're looking for. And now the message that Highlevel sends back is great. Thank you for your email address. Please send your phone number so we can add to your account. Okay, so I'm just going to put in a fake number. So 212-555-9090. That's one of those phone numbers you see in the movies, right? 555 something. So I'm going to reply back with that. And right now, one of the things I want to do is whenever this is done, you see, hello, thank you for your information. Your account has been updated. How can we help you? And then you could kick off and send them over into a different workflow and so forth. So here what we're going to do is go back and go into the contacts area, and we're going to go in to look at the contacts field here. So this is the contact record that we just created for this. So notice that the email address has been updated to Ray. The phone number has been updated to the phone number. We see the message source here, Facebook Messenger. All of that stuff has been done now. So the thing you have to ask yourself here is, with me testing this on Facebook Messenger, have we actually spoken to anybody at the company yet? Have we actually talked to anybody? The answer is no, we have not. The automated workflow, sort of bot, if you want to call it that, has just done all the communication and all the logic behind the scenes to gather the information and put the information into the contact record. Now we have a fully functional contact record, and we know it came from Facebook Messenger, which is great. So then we can always filter and do a search later for all the leads that we get from the Facebook Messenger or whatever channel to be able to do that. So now we actually see how this particular workflow can activate and work. Now, just quickly, I'm going to sit back and look at inside here, go through the recipe, the Fast 5. Now, let me show you where you get this at first of all. If you come through and create a workflow, these workflow templates, and by the way, guys, if you're looking for workflows, I have a whole other video that I've done extensively on workflows on the channel. You might want to check it out. So I am skipping some things here and not explaining everything. But here, if we take a look, there's several different recipes for appointment booking. So if you want to book an appointment, you can use this workflow. Appointment confirmation plus reminder. So here's a great one. Recipe for appointment confirmation plus a reminder for the plus a survey, plus a review request. So, excuse me, that's really good because now you can do all of those, at one particular workflow, and they give you a template for that. So what I'm using is this recipe for the Fast 5, and I like this one because it says the odds of closing a lead decrease dramatically after 5 minutes. This workflow delivers the ultimate first 5-minute lead nurture. So hopefully, if somebody's communicating with you on Facebook and they're filling out the information, hopefully that doesn't take 15 minutes for them to do that, or even 10 minutes. That it can happen pretty quickly. So let's kind of go back and take a look. Go back to automations and leads. Look at the recipe for the Fast 5. Now, I want you to notice the trigger. There is no trigger for this workflow. That is very well possible. You can have no trigger on a workflow. The only thing you have to understand is that workflow will always have to be manually launched or manually activated, whatever you want to call it, which we did. Remember in the last workflow, the multi-channel bot, at the end of that workflow, we actually said, add this user, add the contact to the other workflow. When you do that, you're in a sense manually calling the workflow and making it run. So that right there is the only way to make this run if you don't have a trigger installed. Now, what it does here is with all the leads that come in, you have pipelines and opportunities, which I'm not going to kind of go over all of that, but this particular video creates an opportunity. So it allows you to keep track of that lead inside of your pipeline. If you're interested, I did a great video for pipeline and opportunities on the video. It's on the channel. Please check it out. But this particular one creates an opportunity to keep track of that lead now that you have all the information. So that's one thing it does. It sends an email out. It sends a text message out that to start the communication with the lead. Waits 2 minutes for a reply, and then based upon the reply, it kind of moves forward from there. So this isn't an all-in-one sort of template that everybody could use right off the bat. It does require you to remove items, add items to it, but it's just a really good template that once you select it, you can start with this and easily move forward. But if you're going to be following leads, you definitely need to look at your, have a pipeline to keep track of all the leads. Highlevel allows you to do unlimited pipelines, so you can have as many pipelines for anything that you want to keep track of as possible. And one of the great things about this is if you ever take a look at the pipelines, it has the dashboard of this has a great interface with it that allows you to sit back and see how many opportunities you have in the pipeline, how much they're worth, if you've assigned a value to them, things like that. So anyway, that's just sort of a little bit more advanced in this video, but I wanted to give you something that you can be able to use very quickly, and hopefully you found it useful. If you did, please click the like, submit a comment if you thought it was a good video, and if there's anything else that you think that you might want to see, or any issues that you're having with Highlevel, see what I can do to help you out. But again, thanks so much for visiting my channel, and you have a great day. And again, little plug, if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button in here. I'm really trying to grow this channel. Please tell anybody else if they're interested in Highlevel to come take a look at my channel. I really do have a lot of great videos, I have to admit. Thanks so much and have a great day. Hey, I want to thank you again for visiting my channel and give you one more little thing here. If you are interested in Highlevel and getting some additional high-level training, please see the link in the description below. I do have a free course I'm offering that covers everything related to Highlevel and gives you all the information that you need to know. Thank you so much and have a great day.